Hi, this is John Isles and welcome to Geometer's Paradise. In our last lesson you learned how to draw congruent line segments, and today we're going to extend that knowledge to the construction of angles. Let's begin by drawing 2 points on your paper. Name the first point O and the second point D. All right, use your straight edge to connect O to D to make a line segment. But now extend it through D towards the edge of the paper and draw an arrow on the end of it. This is called a ray. The point where the ray begins is called an end point, and the ray emanates from that point passing through the second named point. Thus, our ray is named OD, and notice the bar at the top has an arrow in the direction that the ray extends. So it's starting at O, the end point is O, and it's passing through D on its way to infinity. Now, draw a third point not collinear to O and D. So it doesn't matter where it's at, but I'm going to place mine here. I'm going to name it G. Then we're going to connect O to G using our straight edge. So now we have ray OG. Alright, so, my ink pen's being a little funny on me. So now we have ray OG, which of course starts at 0, passes through G on the way out. Now, since the two rays are connected at their endpoints, they form a shape that I think looks a little bit like the mouth of an alligator. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Okay, see, here's some teeth. Teeth, okay. You don't want to be caught in the middle of the mouth of the alligator. You want to run away from the alligator. So here's a little puff of smoke. Phew. Okay, get away from the alligator. All right, now this space inside the mouth, the alligator's mouth here, okay, that's called an angle. All right, an angle has 3 parts. The rays are called sides. So OD and OG are the sides of the angle. And the point where the rays intersect is called the vertex of the angle. One way to name an angle is to select a point on one side, then the vertex, and then a point on the other side. Thus, this angle would be named angle dog, or perhaps angle God. Notice that we draw a symbol for the angle before we name it. I put this little cross symbol. You don't see that a lot in books. In books it looks just like this. They don't cross it. But I think that sometimes that looks like an L. So I always cross it. We can also name an angle using just the vertex if no other angles are drawn using that vertex. So we could call this angle O if we wanted to. And finally, you could write a number inside the angle like this, call it number 1. So this would be angle 1. So get out your compass and place the point on O, and then we're going to draw a circle that passes through rays OD and OG. But it doesn't have to pass through the points. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a small circle around point O here. We're going to use the straight edge to connect the points where the circle intersects the ray. Now notice, see there's like a little tiny bump. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. All right, you see there's a little space in between. So if I connect those dots like so, I create a line segment which is called a chord. So let's draw a new ray AT somewhere else on the paper. So I'm just going to kind of move it. I'm going to draw ray AT somewhere else. Okay, there it is, and I'm going to connect it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our compass set to the same measure as the previous circle. So here it is, you see. Now we're going to come down here to point A, and I'm going to draw a new circle around point A. We're going to change the compass's setting so that it's the same width as the chord. So we're going to place the point at the intersection of the chord or of the ray and the circle. And then we're going to draw a new small circle. So we're going to place a point right on that intersection, and we're going to call it C. And then we're going to draw a line segment through that, or actually it's going to be a ray. So ray AC passing through point C. And what we've done now is we've created a new angle cat, which is congruent to the old angle dog. We would write it like this. Angle dog is congruent to angle cat because they have the same measure. And I'm just going to zoom in. Notice that there's a little symbol here. It's an equal sign with a tilde on top. This symbol means congruent. So angle dog is congruent to angle cat. All right, now, the reason why is we want to consider the two circles. The radii are the same, so that means the two circles are congruent. We use the length of the chord in angle dog, and that chord is the same length as it is up here. You can check it using your compass. They're the same length. Okay. The lengths of these two chords in the circles are the same, and because of that, one special property of circles is that if two chords are the same length, then the angle that intercepts the ends of those chords, which would be angle O and angle A, are also the same measure. Now in class, you will draw a variety of congruent angles and learn some definitions for angles, linear pairs, and vertical angles. In our next video, you will learn to generate algebra problems for congruent line segments. This is John Isles. Thanks for watching.